Hi everyone, Claudia here from Lighting Clarity. Just 3 points I wanted to come on and make. I'll just have a quick glass of water. These 2 points came in during 2 different sessions I have with clients. So one of my ladies who just finished working with me on the 10-week mentoring session, she was my last client I did for the end of last year. And also my other client who's in my soul alignment sessions with me, 2 points Spirit came through with which I'm being prompted to give you because I think it's an important point. When you look at your lives and you think you haven't achieved enough, that you haven't done enough, that you're not enough, I'm going to remind you that you have done enough. You have lived many, many different types of past lives, and you have been many different types of people. You have led nations. You've been part of political changes on other realms. You've been kings and queens. You've fought for king, country. You've been scholars. You've been martyrs. You have already completed a lot in your career incarnating, be it on the earth or other realms. You have already made a massive, massive difference to the realms that you lived on, to the planets that you incarnated on, to here on earth. You have been part of many changes, many good changes. You have brought in, you have been inventors. You have done a lot. The lifetime you're in, you have chosen to experience life in a different way. It may not be as big as being a president or a prime minister or being in parliament or being an inventor or on a big scale. Whatever this is, you've already done enough. And if you have anyone that looks at you and says you're nothing, they've no idea what you've already done, what you've already accomplished. Some of what it is that we already have in our world that you assisted with bringing forward, that you were one of the people that actually brought it forward and came up with that idea. You have no idea of the people that you have been and the good work you've already done. You have chosen to come in, to live the life you are in, to experience life from a different angle, from a different perspective. So when your partner or someone else looks at you and says, you're nothing, you've done nothing, I want you to look at them and think to yourself, actually, I've already done plenty. Plenty more than you are aware of. And that is what Spirit wants to remind you of. You choose to incarnate each time because you want to grow spiritually, and you choose different lives. One life isn't less important than another because this is to do with your own growth, your own love for the self, your own love for the self. And that's a really, really important point, and I want you to let that land for a moment. You don't need to fatigue yourself in this lifetime to be something that you think society wants you to be. Stuff society. You only need to please you, love you, respect you, just as you are right now, exactly where you're at right now, regardless of whether you were irrational this morning with somebody or not, regardless of whether you put your foot out and it was wrong or not. It doesn't matter. You're here to experience Earth, and we all have those days. We all do things sometimes we don't mean to do, or say things we don't mean to say. It is what it is. Give yourselves a break. Stop putting pressure on yourselves and love yourselves right now as you are. Growth comes when we love and respect ourselves just as we are. And don't worry what anyone else thinks. I've worked with 2 beautiful clients recently who have completed the soul alignment sessions with me that ran for 6 to 8 months for one client, and the other client who did the 10-week mentoring session, she's just the recent client that finished. And both these women did a lot of growing within those courses. The lady that completed the 10-week mentoring session said that the tools and the techniques that were brought through the course allowed her to feel more confident and empowered within herself, brought in a sense of feeling more peaceful, a sense of feeling more protected, feeling Spirit with her more and more. And she appreciated that it's not just a standard course that I run for everyone, that it is channeled through me each week. What is it you're needed? And we bring that to the table each week to assist you, because everybody's individual. That's up on my website. please check out my 10-week mentoring course. And if this is something you'd like to experience this year with me and are in need of, send me an email. And those of you who are interested in the soul alignment sessions, I had a client as well who recently completed, I think it was 8 or 9 months with me. And she was needing to look at life through the eyes of enchantment and start participating and moving forward. And this was something that was brought in for her as she worked. We worked on her energy once a month every 4 weeks. It brought through changes into her DNA, into her auric field, into her at a cellular level. It assisted with her on a mental and emotional way, able to allow her to focus on life, enable her to start stepping back out, participating, and even stepping up to challenges, looking at the world through rainbow eyes compared to what it was for her. There was something that she absolutely had to move through, and she needed to find herself again, her rebalance, her footing. She's always been a very grounded client of mine. Absolutely beautiful lady as well. Both these women are beautiful people, beautiful souls. I always work with lovely clients. You're all lovely. Even those who haven't worked with me before, you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You're all such lovely people. I'm really blessed to have each of you in my life, and I appreciate everybody, all your comments. It's just lovely to say. And I do recognise the names over and over again that click like. I do know that you've been with me for some years. It doesn't go unnoticed by me. So the soul alignment sessions are there. So please check out my website for the soul alignment sessions if this is something you're needing this year. I am unique in what I do. Each session is different for each client because you've all got different needs. We start off with a reading, and then from there we channel those sessions for you. I work with the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, your spirit guides, and sometimes they're goddesses. And there's readings that also come through those sessions. And you always know what is happening in each session, what is being cleared. Ancestral trauma lines that can still be vibrating into our lives from our ancestors. There's a lot that comes through the inner children, a lot of clearings, a lot of light codes are brought in, abundance codes are brought in. There's a lot that I do. Clearing masks that are in the aura. We're very complex beings, far more than we're aware of. And that brings me to the third point. This was something I've been meaning to do for some years, and I haven't done it, but I have done it now. I have a PDF of tools on my website. These are tools that I have used personally in my life, and I have given to clients in sessions to assist them with their loved ones. And it's something that I've always held back on not giving, but I've decided to give them because they are important. So these tools, I've got about, I think, 4 or 5 on there. So a couple of them are to do with your boundary line. If you've got a boss bullying you, or colleagues, or even your spouse, a boundary line tool that you can use. It's set out. I also talk about if there's been a quarrel, an argument between yourself and a loved one, how to involve the spirit guides or your guardian angels to assist with getting you both to start talking, so then you can start to resolve the situation between you. And I've also got another tool that's a healing tool that brings healing to a relationship between yourself and another person, or between yourself and a colleague. They're actually on my website, and you can download them as a PDF. And you're certainly welcome to use them. If you are confused by any of the tools and you want to ask me a question, it's related to a loved one or a colleague or a boss or someone that you want to use this on, please email me. I'm more than happy to clear up exactly how it is used. Once these tools are used properly, they are very, very powerful, very effective, and they actually work very quickly as well. Alright, so protection is always important. Bring the protection around yourself first before doing them. But it's on the website, and there's also a free meditation or healing that I've got on there too that you're welcome to listen to and download. I've had them on there for a long time. I've also got other meditations on there that you can pay for. I think they're $13 that you can also download and use, pay for and use. But the tool sheet is free, and so is one of the meditations on there as well on my website, lightingclarity.com.au. Many blessings. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see all of you again soon. Thanks, everyone.